Hey everyone, welcome to the NOS Recordings. We'll begin shortly. Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to the first NOS Recordings live stream. My name is Fresco Bar. I've got over here Eric and Lavelle. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
What up? I'm Erick Diaz. I'm sort of the creative director for artwork here at NOS and one of the artists, of course.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy Lavelle Dupree. I'm kind of the guy who does all the music, playlist, and works on side with Freddie making some of the music as well.
Yep, so we're going to play you guys some of our tracks, but we want to let some people get in on the live stream. We're here to answer questions and hang out with you guys for a bit, play you some of the tracks off the NOS In Miami 2024 compilation. We have 4 new tracks and 1 VIP mix and some other tracks from
Woohoo!
previous releases. So
We're excited about this one.
yeah, it's going to be a good one. There's some good tunes on there.
And we're reintroducing you to some old ones. You know, if you guys been following us, our story, which sorry, I jump around a lot, guys, but a few days ago was our official 1 year. So we're excited about that.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So if you've been following our story, or you haven't, actually, if you haven't been following our story, this is a good way to jump in and see some of the things we did in the past, because we're releasing this compilation for Miami with, as Freddie said over there, some new songs, but we're also reintroducing some old ones as well.
Some oldie but goodies. Not that old because we're only a year old, but we have released these songs earlier and kind of remind everybody to get another chance to see how awesome they really are. I know I did a mix for the radio show, and I was excited listening to the songs. I haven't listened to them in a while, so I'm having them played out, in a while, and it kind of reminded me to go back and play some of those out because there are bangers, to be honest.
So let's talk about that radio show. That airs tomorrow morning.
Yes, it does. It's going to be a mix of all the songs on the compilation. All of our songs mixed, one after another. So, just get something to listen to, after party, pre-party, workout. It's nonstop music. We do it at NOS.
They don't call it after party anymore. It's called afters. Yeah. That's what the kids. That's what the kids are saying these days.
We all know I'm not a kid.
Me too, but I try to stay up with the lingo.
Yeah, what's funny? I was like, it's so true, but I was like, literally, I'm like, as the music business goes, and it's all moving so fast, and these kids are taking over, and I'm kind of like doing some research. I happen to look on the top 100, right? And the number one DJ in the world, how old he is? 56, David Guetta.
There you go.
Wow. So David Guetta is the number one DJ at 56, bro. So there's no excuses, man. Anything's possible these days.
Maybe we should tell them before we begin the story of how the NOS name came about. But before I do that, I'm going to drop in the chat box an invite to get a free fan pack and a special invite to our street team for everybody that's watching.
That's pretty good, Freddie, because I did get a text from a friend that I don't know why they didn't put in the actual chat, but they said what made you guys start NOS Recordings and how long you've been doing it? Obviously, we've been doing it a year. I mentioned that earlier.
Exactly.
But that's good to jump on that same question, Freddie.
All right. Well, I can begin, and Lavelle can also. We were both in the same spot. I
Yes.
know that
Beautiful San Francisco.
San Francisco. We were
Shout out to
out
Gina
there.
Milan.
Gina Milano, owner of Halcyon.
Yeah.
She kind of, basically, we were in her car, and she's yapping about there's too many Oscar DJs, Oscar L, Oscar P, Oscar this, Oscar that,
So bad.
and she just out of nowhere
Yeah.
blurts, "No one's safe."
Yeah. Yeah.
And because she's like, she's talking about herself, so I love Gina. And I think me and Lavelle had been looking for the name for 2 years.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I finally called Eric, and I was like, I think I got it.
Yeah. No one's safe.
So actually, I remember you told me the name No One's Safe, but I didn't ask the backstory, so this is my first time hearing the full backstory as well. I just thought it was great. I was like, it's great, let's go with it. I didn't need anything else.
It's a product of Gina
Yeah,
Milan.
it's good, right? I mean,
No one's safe.
So when she said it, I then looked everything up, you know, NOS Recordings, and it was available, and it just hit me like the light bulb went off, just
Yeah.
like the Fresco Bar name, or, you know, this is it, that's it. She just said it, and Eric then comes in with the design and just totally, absolutely murders it.
Murders it. True story. Greatest designer ever. Sorry, other guys are.
I just steal other people's work.
Well, I mean, that's why you're great. You know what I mean? The great, what they say, the great steal and the good create. No, you're amazing. Yeah, second to none.
And I mean, talking a little bit, jumping on the art again, it's so great to be involved, and I like that you two just leave it in my hands, and I can almost do anything and everything that I want, because I know what the label looks like before we started it, and I know what it's gonna look like in a year from now. And the cool thing is like it's always gonna be evolving. You know, it has a sort of specific look to it, but that look is continuously evolving.
Yeah.
And it's always going to evolve with the times. And I've always just, like, everything that I've done, I've always loved to, like, either evolve with it. From music, like house music I played in 1998 is not house music I play today, and I just love to stay on that, like, continuously evolving. So I wanted to do the same with artwork. If you look at NOS 001 and then look at the Miami compilation, that one's a little different because that's a special release.
Right.
But if you look at 21 and 22 coming out in the next few weeks, you'll see how it's tied together, but it continuously evolves.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think the art is amazing, and I obviously work on a lot of the music too with the guys, and they give me kind of free reign. They tell me if something sucks, but
Which isn't often, as you can see.
I get these continuously texts.
Yeah.
I got one the other day. Eric, I was, what do you think of this loop I was working on for this other song? You know, I thought it could be your sound, and I was like, nah.
did you say anything? I thought you didn't even respond.
Wow. He's finding out. He's finding out now in the live stream. You guys finding out
It's
how
so
he
cool
feels.
to be able to work with some people that you can trust enough to just.
Yeah, to be
One
honest.
word is
Yeah,
no.
to be honest, because I mean, and that's that's one of Freddie's biggest attributes. Like, the guy just puts everything he has into everything, but at the same time, he's not so bound by it that he's not willing to, you know, just like unemotionally take your opinion because he doesn't expect you trying to hurt him. It's just, he's like, you know, you're just not feeling it, and just move on. Like he didn't even like what he did. You know what I mean? It's really, really like a quality that he has. That is, yeah, so important. If you want to be, you know, if you truly want to be creative, you know, and you really want people's honest opinion, you know, it's hard to work with someone who gets butt hurt every time you tell them something they don't like. Even though, because I mean, you know, we're all in this together. You don't want to say anything, you know, that hurts anybody, but, you know,
I think
sometimes.
we're also a different generation, so we don't get hurt as easily.
Yeah, true. We might not be as sensitive, but still, there's still some sensitive people
I don't
in
know.
our age group.
I don't know if they heard you, Eric. Eric said it's a different generation, so we don't get butt hurt as easily.
I was kidding, but
Uh-oh.
a little bit.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
you got to hold that mic. It's 'cause they're
All right, sorry.
close mics. So
Gotcha.
next time maybe we'll give you more of a. But if I could always mute while we're playing the music, but this time I thought we might be talking with the music. So anyway,
Should we?
let's get into the music.
Should we get into it?
So I'll show you guys my screen. I've loaded up a bunch of tracks from the new ones from the compilation, and we're gonna play you guys some snippets, I think. Or are we playing the whole tunes?
Give him some beef. Give him some beef.
Let's turn
You know,
this
we're
on.
10 minutes in on the live stream. We don't want to. There we go. There
Yeah,
we go.
so this is my Zodiac track. I made this one day. Couldn't tell you when. It's a long, kind of progressive. It really builds and builds and builds. Yeah, so there's a snippet of my Zodiac track. It's definitely more deep, progressive, and I think it's cool. It
What-
really builds up. I saw Hang Time Music. Thanks for joining in. The red line is real. It's just mastered hot and not clipping. So
Can you give me a little sentence on that one? Like, what was your inspo and where do you how do you picture yourself if you were to play that song at the most optimal place and time? Where would that be?
Man, I've dropped it at, you're here in San Diego. I've dropped it at Lumi, at Techo Beso. I wouldn't play that at, say, like our residencies at the Hard Rock Pool Party. I think that, but after hours, I mean, if you're at a late night after hours, you can
Afters.
really go
It's just
into
afters. It's just afters. No more. Yeah, just afters.
Afters.
Yeah.
All right, if you're at afters,
Youngest member of the
Yeah.
team.
I totally see that. I see that exactly. It's
you
like
can go into like some of that progressive sound or get into some different stuff. But it's a good transition track.
that track is you have to play that full track. Like that's a track you play at like 3:30
Right.
at 3:30 a.m. and you play the full track. Yeah,
True.
that thing's awesome.
You know, I had a hard time actually trying to turn that into a radio mix, surprisingly.
Yeah, where do you shut it down at? You know, where do you begin and end? Like you said, it's a track you play from beginning to end. So, yeah.
Well, I got another track here
Yeah.
from Erick Diaz
Let's
called
go.
Undress My Body, and I'm going to give you the radio
This is a
version
juicy
of this
one right here.
Let's get into
This
this
is
one.
a juicy one.
Eric said he might take his shirt off. Eric.
We're back. We're back.
Yeah,
So
we're back.
that one I've been playing for weeks now, and
Weeks or months?
well,
He says weeks.
officially I've been playing it weeks. Of course, you know.
It's a long summer. You have to play it all summer. So.
Yeah. So I've been playing it for weeks, months, whatever it is, and I played that this Sunday, and who was it? If anybody's old and watches reality TV, Justin Bobby from the Hills. Justin Bobby from the Hills came up to me and asked me what that song was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, "That's my song."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That worked out.
Which was kind of funny. He's friends with Matt, the promoter from Firehouse on Sundays. If any of you have been there on Sundays, you definitely have heard me play this, and I've gotten some great feedback, and I'm excited about this one. This is probably one of my favorites to date.
Yeah, for sure.
How's it working on the floor? Working good?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's like, you know, I only play prime time, so you know, it's already set up.
You know what they say.
Main stage.
Yeah, if you're not headlining, if you're not redlining, so.
I think that Eric, were you holding that mic when you said that?
Yeah,
Oh, you was? Okay, my
Yeah,
bad.
he
I
was.
didn't know if they heard you.
no, I think so.
All right.
No, I'd say that is a dope track, though. I mean,
Yeah,
like, a lot of
honestly,
energy.
I've dropped it.
Very, very good.
I've dropped it. Got some good responses on that one.
For
and
sure.
I will definitely be playing that. I know we're playing at the Hard Rock coming up in a few weeks.
We dropping that in Miami for sure.
Yeah, I'll be playing that in Miami. Or I'll let Lil play that one since he said it first.
Yeah, all right. I play one set and then you can play the other set.
I got a bunch of new shit that's not even out coming into the Miami playlist, dude.
All right, we see how it is.
Some of it's ours.
I know, but I got to make sure he got to give it to me. He plays it out to Miami.
I told him last night, I said, I mastered that new track. I got to give it to you first.
Where's it at? Yeah, put it in the Dropbox after Miami.
I didn't put it in the Dropbox yet.
Not yet. Dude. All right, what's next, Ready?
All right, so next up, we could do our track, Illumination.
Yeah, man, that's a fun one.
That's a heater.
That's a cool one.
Let's
you want to tell a little story behind this one?
Yeah, you guys give it to him.
Tell a little story behind it? Like, what do you want to know?
Yeah, I just remember we made this, and I remember you going, we need to make some more deep stuff like this.
Yeah. I mean, and that like, you know, that Tulumi, you know, progressive, organic house, you know, but deep, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like, you know, the Fresca Bar way, heavy, you know, deep side of it.
I played this track of your guys' at I played this track at Beach House for Fingers Crossed, and yeah, that was a great track. I forgot what show it was.
You played the Illumination track?
I played your guys' Illumination track, and it was just beauuful.
How'd it go over? What time did you play it?
It's great. Well, you know, I only played prime time.
Yeah. What time prime time?
No, no, I'm kidding. I had an opening slot, and I felt it was just perfect to sort of like set that mood. Again, it's that like you know, that Tulum-ish kind of like heater.
Yeah. It's got a little groover.
Yep.
But it's like, you know.
Yep.
Let's let them listen to it, and you know,
I'm
let them tell us what they think.
I'm gonna play the radio version for you guys right now.
Tell us what you think of it.
This one.
Is it Tulum enough, or is it like if San Diego met Tulum?
Think of that one. That one is very deep and, like Lavelle said, chunky.
You guys killed it. You guys killed it.
thanks. I'm glad you got to play it, Eric, and it was working.
Yeah, winter's not over, so all you Illuminatis, get out there and get that track and drop it.
Speaking of Illuminatis, Lavelle's been running this playlist called Illuminati Life, as well as some of our other playlists.
I'll drop these, you're going to find that song on there.
It's on there. I'm going to drop little descriptions and links to our Spotify playlists here in the chat.
Some more music that's similar to the stuff that we make and that I play and that I'm really into.
Oh, it won't let me drop that in the chat. Sorry, guys. I'll drop in a link to
get to our NOS Spotify playlist and get on some stuff that you probably aren't going to find on any other playlist, and it is really, 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 really good music.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. Lavelle's. If I know one thing about Lavelle, he digs hard for music, and he's actually giving you guys a little gem by sharing. So
yeah, all those playlists are awesome, and they're very curated. It's not just like specific to like how the big labels do it and just trying to promote their stuff and things like that,
Nothing in there I don't like.
Yeah, and we all play that stuff, so.
I just dropped the link to our playlist in the chat, so
as I was saying,
subscribe to those. And so the next track that I have
here we go.
This track, Get Down.
Oh, this is fun.
Honestly, this wasn't even on our original list to make the compilation. I actually recently made this tune.
This is a really good one, though.
You said what, Lavelle?
This is a really good one.
Oh, thanks.
I love this one.
Thanks. I actually got a really good response on this on Friday night at Lumi, like really good. All the tables' heads were bobbing. I was surprised.
Yeah.
But I just made it, I'd say, 2 months ago, maybe, month ago. Well, it can't be a month ago. Probably 2 months to 6 weeks ago.
Right.
And I felt like it fit the Miami vibe, so I wanted to add it in, and that's why I put it on this playlist.
Yeah, definitely correct on the Miami vibe. It's just a very original, nothing really much out there like it, but it doesn't alienate itself that you can't put it with other songs, if I said that right.
Yeah, no, thanks. So I'll go ahead and get this one going for you. Let us know what you think of this one in the chat. It's kind of funky, deep. I don't really know how to describe it, so you guys just let you be the judge. yeah, that's my track, Get Down. I randomly made that one day, and it was just funky and groovy, and it totally fit the Miami theme. So I threw it on the I texted the guys like, hey, we're gonna add this to the Miami compilation.
I gotta be honest, that track is probably one of the hottest ones on the compilation.
Yeah.
That thing is amazing.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna.
Wait, you gotta get the mic.
Oh yeah. Well, let me continue on. Just let me finish here. So I just love how like the kicks and what you did on there, how tight it is. Like it's just continuously driving.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree, man. It's like I
Interesting.
said, it's in a class of its own. You know, I feel like people that really are really educated about dance music are going to be in love with this track because the simplicity of it, but then of how good it is, you know, which are really hard things to do, and which I feel like really, you know, veterans of the game or people that are like, you know, really involved with it, those, you know, people like that appreciate that, you know, really good simplicity, and that's kind of what it is, you know. That's one of my favorites, and then I feel like I think it's the next one. It's got to be the next one. The VIP mix is just like, that thing is smoking too.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that one for sure.
I don't know if I like that or the original more. It's like the toss up, man. And I love the original.
I remember you guys were doing the original, and then you guys had sent a clip and said, "What do you think of this?" And I was like, "Call that the VIP mix." I was like, "That thing is
well, I mean, the original is old. In
Yeah.
fact, you know, the original came out last year, but in reality, it was made in 2019.
For sure, yeah. And then remade,
Kind of revamped
revamped
it a little bit.
and then VIP'd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I
the track has
remember
gone through a lot.
I remember I did the VIP mix. Lavelle was on tour, and I needed to do it, so I just got it done. And then he came to my house, not this studio, my house, after a show in San Diego, and I played it for him. I just remember his reaction.
Yeah, dude, nasty. I was like, "What the hell?"
He was
man?
like, this might be better than the original.
I know, man, and I am torn. Honestly, I would have let you guys decide, and you were definitely going to hear me play the shit out of this in Miami.
Well, I'll let you drop that one in Miami.
FYI, I'm going to dropping the VIP in MIA.
Yeah, so next week is Miami Music Week, and Lavelle and I have a couple shows. We should probably mention that, Lavelle.
Yeah. We have Unlearn.
Unlearn Records.
Yeah, on Tuesday, the 19th, right?
The 19th.
And then we have Thursday, we have
Deep House Brunch.
Deep House Brunch.
At the Arlo.
Yep.
And then Saturday, I'll be doing the Twisted Funk Records party as well, myself. Lavelle won't be at that one. He'll be
Nope.
gone.
And then Wednesday, I'm doing Wednesday Incorrect party, which is going to be an amazing party as well. So we'll be out there.
If you're out
You know
there,
what I mean?
holler at us. Come find us. Drop a comment.
Look
let
at our
us know
social
you're
media.
coming.
You know what I mean? Hit us up if you want to go on the guest list. I don't know. It might work. It might get you on there.
We'll get you on there.
You got to try.
We'll get you on there. Before I get into this last track too, I wanna show this Only House merch that we're wearing. We're gonna be dropping these. Erick killed it on this one.
As always.
And we're dropping a whole line of Only House merch next week for spring line for NOS Recordings.
There is some killer stuff. There's obviously, you know, this is a typography based design. I kind of modified our NOS logo, the O in NOS, and threw it on this one and fattened it up a little bit because I wanted
right here
again, like I said, the label and the brand is always going to be evolving, just like our sound.
You know, the crazy thing is he didn't tell you, but he took it from the Only House playlist too.
Yeah.
You know, if you take a look at the Only House playlist that Lavelle curates, you'll actually see
I sure did.
the Only House in the cover for the playlist.
So we've got what do we got? We have a string bag.
We got we got the hoodie, the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
We got a bucket hat,
which you guys will see me wearing.
Yeah.
we got a drawstring bag.
Gotta get one for Fisher.
Yeah.
And we got a coffee mug so you can drink your morning coffee
Yep.
with only house music.
Only house music.
So next week we're actually going to be dropping a pre-order interest list, so you can get on that and get 10% off your order and be the first to rock your gear before we launch it to the public. So,
And this
stay
is the
tuned.
first of many exclusive merch drops to launch. This is
Yeah.
our first one, so.
Stay tuned for that.
And let us know. Let us know whether if you guys like this stuff or more image based things. This first one we wanted to come out with this message, and because that's what we're all about, house music.
Yes, sir.
Even though it says only house music,
Only.
we listen to all kinds of other stuff. But
All house.
We do.
We definitely wanted
This
to
playlist.
we wanted to represent that.
This playlist is
So let's talk about that before we get into this last track. Lavelle's curating 4 different playlists.
Yep.
And I dropped the link in the chat.
We're keeping it going, guys.
But talk about the playlist you're curating. We talked about Illuminati Life.
Yeah,
Let's talk about
Illuminati
Only
Life was
House.
kind of like, the Tulum vibe, obviously, and, the more deeper progressive stuff. And we 7-minute tunes, really getting deep in it. And the stuff that I like in that space. And then, the name speaks for itself. These are straight up house jams.
Only House playlist.
Only house. You know what I mean? Like, that like, gospel-y sometimes, funky, driving, and sexy, like, all that. Yeah, all that. Oh, and we have a tech house.
There's a Tech House playlist
Tech
too.
house playlist as well.
It's called We Love Tech House.
Because we do. So that's another one, and that's obviously just specializes in tech house, which is a very like strong genre, in this label, and you know what I mean, like we play a lot of it out anyway. So you're gonna get some of the new boys in there. I mean, I have videos out there talking about my top 5 of each playlist. So I'll pull out like 5 songs and make a video about them, tell you about them. So look for those, and then get on those playlists, and listen to some music. It's all about the music, man. Nothing's on there trying to hype up anybody except for good music.
Yeah,
and our
the,
music.
the Spotify videos he's talking about can be found on our social media, and he's giving you some gems, I'm telling you. So scour those playlists if you're a DJ. Lavelle's always got the hot tracks.
And he's always updating
he's
them.
always-
How many? I forget. Around how many are on there? Is it like 40 to 50?
Yeah, like about 40, 50.
Yeah,
40
he's-
to 50
he-
songs per
he-
playlist,
per
and they're
playlist.
regularly updated.
Yeah, once a week we're updating them.
And Lavelle's also doing our radio show,
Yeah.
so he's pulling
Pull
tunes.
some off of the playlist as well. Some of the songs you'll hear on the radio, will be on the playlist as well,
I
depending
just
on what genre
dropped
it
you
is.
guys a link to our radio show. You can hear that on all major platforms: Apple Podcasts, Google Play. Unfortunately, Spotify won't accept it, but it's on YouTube. Some of them get taken down. SoundCloud, Mixcloud, all the basic ones. So if you are looking for free mixes and you're running or you're at work, check that out as well.
Definitely.
All right, should we get into this last track?
Yes.
So this is the Drop VIP
Yes.
mix, and
One of my
let
faves.
us know what you think about this one. that one.
Look at that. I wasn't thought it was. Who's this?
That one is the drop VIP mix that I did. So it's originally the Fresco Bar and Lavelle Dupree drop track from last year on NOS. This is the variation in production mix made for the Miami Music Week compilation. You can only get that one on this compilation. It will not be released as an individual single.
Let me ask this: are you guys playing at the same party in Miami together?
Yeah.
So
We're playing Unlearn Records together.
Are you guys doing a back-to-back or separate sets?
Back to back. We'll be
Okay.
playing Unlearn Records together, Deep House Brunch together.
Yeah.
I'll be doing Twisted Funk solo. He'll be doing Incorrect Music solo.
Because my question was who's gonna drop this one? Because that's
He called it first on the live stream.
He's gonna have to drop in like the third track.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
dropping that. Dude.
If you are in Miami, I got some new fire, newer than all this
Exactly,
stuff.
So I can at least get this one.
Yeah.
He's gonna be dropping all of our new stuff.
that's a heater. That's a heater. I'm bummed I'm not going to Miami this year.
Yeah. Next year.
I've been going so many years, and every once in a while I just take a break. Talking about our Miami compilation, I'll tell you guys a quick story. My first year in Miami for what was back then the Miami Music Conference.
Winter Music Conference.
Winter Music Conference. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. See, I even got it wrong. I think it was 1999. I think I ended up sleeping on the beach for a few hours before all the. Back then, I mean, it was a different. You know, it wasn't like. I don't know how many people go these days for. Ultra music and Miami Music Week, but back then it was a little bit way more chills, so it was like you could get away with stuff like that.
It's more intimate.
But that's my quick my first trip to Miami, 1999, I think it was, something like that.
Yeah.
The last time I went a couple years ago, I went to this party. I wanted to see the Magician. He was playing at this small party. And I was like, oh, this is going to be cool, intimate party in I think it was the Delano Hotel, if that sounds right.
Yeah, the Delano, yeah.
In this, like, in the lobby, they have, like, this little mini bar lounge, which is cool. Like, 50 to 75 people packed. I go up to the bar. I order 2 drinks for me and my chick. They go, $75. I go, no, I just ordered 2 drinks. So that was
Miami.
After that, I had to take a year off.
Drinks go down.
I was like so confused.
Well, if you are in Miami, hit us up. Me and Lavelle will be out there. At the same time, Erick's going to be opening up our Hard Rock residency that weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
If you are in San Diego, you can catch Erick Diaz at the Hard Rock Pool Party, the grand opening.
Liquid Sunshine, March 23rd.
Let's go.
It starts at noon. I play 4 to 6.
Yeah.
It's I only play prime time. I'm gonna do
Main stage.
I'm doing direct support for myself. So no, but Event Vibe, RMD, all the people at Hard Rock do an amazing job, and I think I saw you're playing in a couple weeks. You're playing like the week after, I think,
sir.
and then he's playing the week
I
after.
play the week after that.
Look at that!
Oh, dude.
Look at
NOS
that!
love back. NOS.
Look at that! Yeah, but I'll be missing you guys in Miami. But I'm gonna be playing all the Miami tracks. So
There you go.
Well, there you go. I will make sure to load you guys up with some of the newer tunes, too, for these shows.
Yeah, we got to make sure, now that we're doing this label, you got to come back with us, Because what we do, we start doing NOS bookings, we'll just do it 3x3, back to back to back.
Yeah,
to get you
eventually
involved.
the goal will be to throw a NOS party out there.
Oh, definitely. In due time.
So let us know what you guys like to see. But I'll talk a little bit briefly about that drop VIP mix. I wanted to leave a lot of the elements from the original production in. So I stemmed out all of the stems and kept some stuff, but I added some new things. And so if you guys are feeling that, definitely drop me a comment in the chat. We'll be playing that in the coming weeks. I've already been playing.
I'll
it.
drop a comment because I'm definitely feeling that.
Well, I wanted to ask you, Eric, how you kind of came up with the logo, man.
Well, it's sort of a. I think to generalize it, it's sort of a play on like a utilitarian style of design. So like the no, the swash,
The band sign. It's like a band sign.
Exactly. It's like something you could see at like on a street corner. It would tell, and it's telling you,
Right.
don't come this way.
No one's safe.
Exactly. So that's really how I came about it. You know, I like the letters, the NOS, and the usually I like to keep things very simple, but I felt like just combining that O with making it into the symbol of like no.
Yeah.
And
And
really,
then, yeah, I mean, now you got the only house merch dropping.
True.
Really dope, really dope. And then I guess the faces, like, yeah, of course. Sorry.
And honestly, man, this guy is the dopest of the dopest. You know, he says, oh, he loves the fact that, like, you know, he gets the freedom, you know, do what he wants. It's like, yeah, like it's like Jordan talking about, you know, I appreciate I get the ball all the time. Like, yeah, no shit, bro. We're definitely gonna give you the freedom. I mean, if you know how dope you are. I mean, like either like, you know, my mother-in-law, like she even like looks at your art and she's just like, man, that guy's really good. You know, like can see like, you know, the change and the progress. Like when you went from like the what's the art we have, like was like the cathedral, like Renaissance. And then to these
stuff.
gangster like animals. Like I mean it's just like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't see anybody out there doing what you're doing except for after you're doing it. So
Yeah, that I gotta say, like, I remember when you went to the animal art on the Gemini EP.
yeah.
And me and Lavelle were playing at Hard Rock that day with you. I believe we had the NOS event that day. Yep. And I showed it to him, and we were both like, "What the hell?" It was like a bird
and-
with a polka dot jacket. Like that shit is sick.
Shirt with a leather jacket.
Yeah, I mean, I
have
just,
that leather jacket.
I don't know. I just can't. There's no way I'm gonna ever be able to stick to one thing, but I'm gonna always make sure that it ties back to the original idea of it. You know, so.
We'll wait till you see his next release, the Real Tight EP, Erick Diaz EP, dropping April 12th. The art flips up again, so stay tuned for that one.
I'm excited. I'm ready for that.
All right, well, that was the 5 new tracks, well, the 4 new tracks and the 1 variation in production. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Did you guys want to answer any questions? You guys have any questions? Drop them in the comment. And remember, we got...
Oh, I did get, Freddie, I did get another text here.
You got a text message.
I got a text message that said, how did all of you meet?
That is a very interesting story. I'll tell you the first time I think I saw Erick Diaz, we didn't actually meet, but I was actually in 12th or 11th grade of high school.
What?
And I went to a record store. Did you work at a record store?
I worked at one and then I owned one later on.
Yeah. So me and my friends went to a record store in downtown, and I think Eric was working. But we didn't formally meet until, you know, when I started DJing out in the scene underage. I was about 18 when I met both these guys. So I'll let them talk about their stories. But that's how I met Eric and Lavelle underage playing nightclubs in San Diego.
That's I don't think I've ever even asked you that. I didn't know that either. I didn't know that either. So yeah, I for many years I started. I think it was like 1996. I used to go into this record store because at the time you couldn't buy house music or dance music anywhere. You know there was no section for it. There was no downloading. There was no digital. Yeah, there was no digital media.
All vinyl.
So I found a record store in San Diego that it was all electronic music. So I would go there every week, and then I started buying magazines, and I would see they would talk about artists and labels, and so I would read all the liner notes on who produced what, where it came out of this studio. So I started connecting the dots, and then I started asking the record store, hey, when's this guy's new release, this person or this label or this and this there. And one day I think it was the manager was like, why don't you just start working here? And I was like, sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What was the name of that store?
That was called CSL, California Sound and Lighting.
CSL. Because
Yeah.
wasn't there a store? I think the one I thought it was Elevator or something.
So Elevator was another store that was downtown. CSL was over on like Ronson. I believe it was
so
Ronson Road.
CSL was
Yeah.
where I got my turntables in 2000. So maybe I also saw you there.
Yep.
But I also grew up next to a CSL. They had a secondary store on El Cajon Boulevard.
El Cajon Boulevard. I worked there for like a year as well when they first opened it up. They had me sort of manage that spot as well. But the first store I worked at was in the Claremont area of San Diego, and that was CSL. And then years later, I opened up my own store with a partner of mine downtown on Market Street. And then there was Elevator Records as well. Downtown, there was Amato Records. There
was also Tools of the Trade for the hip hop.
There you go.
We
Yeah.
have a question in the live feed, though.
Yeah, we do.
What we got?
do. How does your Hang Time Music? What's up, man? Hang Time Music makes some dope stuff. I've done some of his mastering. Jeff Corrigan, the video expert who helped us set up this video stuff over here. What's up, Turbo? So Hang Time Music asks, how does your guys' collaborative process work? Who starts the track? Do you guys send Ableton sessions back and forth? You guys want to start that?
Yeah, I'll start. I ain't sending nothing back and forth. For me, I'm still a lot younger at producing and stuff. So what I'll do is I'll send ideas to Freddie, and then Freddie will mess with those ideas. Whether it's I'm like sending an idea, a real raw idea of a song or a little loop or something like that. And then Freddie's kind of the genius behind figuring out how to evolve it. Or sometimes he's like, he just starts playing the piano and goes, what do you think of this? Do you like this? And does this sound cool? Do you think this would work for what you're doing? And that's how I work on stuff. Or he's like, come to the studio, listen to these new things. What do you think? And I'm like, can you change this? Let's adjust this a little bit, or tweak this a little bit. Like I think on the Real Tight, I was pretty specific on how I wanted the vocal to get sort of distorted and mashed up and like.
Yeah, we did a lot of those time delay effects. I remember.
Yeah. So
I make a lot of tracks.
I'm not sending anything back and forth. None of that stuff,
I make a lot of tracks, and I'll make tracks with artists in mind for the label. Don't get it twisted. Eric's sending stuff back and forth. He's sending art back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, like I feel the magic starts here and ends here. I mean, this is why we have this beautiful studio. You know what I mean? It starts here and ends here. When I'm working with Freddie, I'll come in here. He's definitely the driver. I'm kind of more keeping him, in the right space, giving me ideas that I think and stuff like that. Letting him know what I do and don't like. But like the engineer and the driving, that's Fresh Kabar. You know what I mean? So it's like I'll sit in here with him for hours, but like, you know what I mean? Like he's definitely the guy on the controls, on the piano. That's his strongest point. He's better than any of us in this room at that. We all have our strong points, and that's kind of what we've kind of came together with because, I know music, Freddie produces great music, and, we got the Michael Jordan of art over here. So, between the three of us, and the way the music business is going, you know what I mean, we feel very confident and excited about the future of this label.
Yeah, so we definitely want to do these live streams more and share with you what we're working on. I'll probably start doing some behind-the-scenes production live streams. I also do stuff at Distinct Mastering, so if you're curious, you could check out that YouTube channel. I'm going to start doing some more of that, thanks to Turbo, who's in the chat. But just to answer that question a little bit more, I make a lot of tunes, and my inspiration comes from all over. Sometimes I'll have ideas. Sometimes I'll have one of the artists or, a sound or genre in mind to start with. Sometimes I don't. One of the most important things is just to write a lot of music and see what comes out, because sometimes that's where the magic happens. Another thing is not to be afraid to let tracks evolve. My latest track, Perfect for You with Egg Wax, started in Costa Rica. It was the second track we started with some vocals that he had, which were more Latin based, and then it turned into some kind of tech house thing the second time around. And then months went by, he was busy, and we came back in and I stripped it down and it turned into what you hear, which has got this crazy vocal modulation, which I never did before in a production. So I thought it was really cool. But if you guys want to know more about my production and how things work, definitely let me know, and I'll try to incorporate some of that into the live streams. Do you guys have any other questions?
Yeah, I have one more question.
How can someone get a song signed to NOS? Well, we will be announcing our demo submissions in the, I don't know when. We haven't announced it yet. We get a lot of questions on social media about that, actually. So we will be launching demo submissions in the coming months, maybe in the fall, up to the next year. We really just wanted to get the systems down, and we're trying to be the label that's really promoting these releases. I think if you saw in our first year, which we just hit a couple months ago, we hit 675,000 streams. So thank you for all your support.
Yeah, thank you.
And we upped the release schedule. Starting this month, we're increasing the release schedule to 1 every 3 weeks. Obviously, the one coming out next week is this NOS In Miami compilation that you just heard the new songs with, but there's 22 tracks on this, and we're going to be... we have so much music kind of sitting around. There's going to be some EPs coming out with 2 songs each for the next coming months. And so stay tuned. We got a lot of hot stuff. We actually have all the releases done for the whole year. So
yeah, that's exciting. And also talking about, I keep saying about evolving, and that was a great question about signing artists or submitting demos, because that's something we get a lot. And we wanted to start out first with all of us and get our things out there, our tunes, and make sure that we're going about it the right way and not just putting a song out and letting it disappear. We're really trying to promote everything we're doing. So we wanted to have that system down, and we'll be doing that. And then we've even talked about maybe potentially in the future of like NOS sub labels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
under one
had
brand.
The idea to do like NOS Deep, where it's more deeper stuff. I have some old tracks that are like chill out or even just good beats, the trip hop stuff, loungy stuff. So we may even launch some sub labels. And for all your producers out there, we also are going to be doing some sample packs for you. Yeah. I just did I'll drop a little secret. I just did 65 bass lines on my Moog over here, the Subsequent, which has the most amazing triangle waveform for bass, and I have a ton of bass lines ready to go for maybe a couple Moog sample packs. So if you're interested in that, I'll probably be doing some sample packs of some of my sounds. I've been going through my sessions when I have time and trying to, get the sounds out of the sessions or save the presets from things I've programmed. I'm getting more into the habit of doing that as I go. I got a ton of serum risers that I've made for all these productions. So stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff in the works, and we're excited to share it with you guys. You guys have anything else to say? Eric, Lavelle?
Yeah, that's about it. So to answer your question, probably next year we'll be signing songs.
Oh, my boy Steele's in the chat. W. Steele.
So give us some time to get our stuff together, but we definitely looking to get other artists on here besides us. No, I know, but we've already got this year planned out, and then so it's like, just give them an honest answer. But yeah, man, thanks for everyone who was a part of this, chiming in.
I want to give a shout out to my boy Steele. He's in the chat.
What up, Steele?
He's
we see the
dope DJ, dope hip hop producer. He's turntable repair, getting into some guitar pedals. He said I might try to have him make me some custom gear here at the studio.
Wait, he moved away, right? I never got to give my turntables to him. I have 6 of them.
Eric said he moved away. I never got to give my turntables to him. I have like 6 of them.
I've got 6.
I don't know if you could hear Eric because he wasn't holding the mic, but
I still have 6 techniques. I just need cleaned up that are in my garage that I definitely want to set them up. And I don't even remember. I don't even know why I have 6. How ridiculous! Well, I mean, I don't need, like, honestly, they don't. I don't know why I'm so ridiculous.
Yeah, for all the new DJs, turntables are like tanks, man.
Those
That's the reason why they're out of business.
Well, only techniques are tanks.
Only techniques.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that.
Yes.
Eric is right. Only techniques.
Yeah.
So
I remember working, when I worked at a record store, we also sold tons of equipment. Like Freddie said, I think he bought his first turntables, right?
I bought my first turntables at the CSL
Yeah.
you worked at up in Claremont. Yeah.
So people would come in and they would tell me, what do you think about, we'd sell a range of turntables from cheap to Techniques, which is the only standard. Yeah. And I said, look you're either going to spend $75 or I think at the time it was like $400, $75 or $400 per turntable. $75 you're going to end up throwing away. It's not going to last.
Never.
These $400 you will have for 25, 30, 40 years.
Yeah,
Nothing goes wrong with them.
These turntables in this room they weren't my original set, but they're old. They're old. So, yeah.
So if you want to get turntables.
If you are in the New York area, Steele's fixing turntables over there.
Yes.
But he said in the chat, Eric, that he's got a guy in SD for you.
Ah, yes. Yes. All right.
I actually know who he's talking about.
Nice.
But if there's any other questions, drop them in the chat. Otherwise, we are going to get out of here pretty soon. I hope you guys enjoyed the NOS in Miami, the new tunes that are dropping next week on the 22nd while we'll be in Miami. And, yeah, stay tuned for the Only House merch. Catch Lavelle on the NOS radio and the Spotify playlists. And, yeah, thanks again for tuning in. You guys have anything else you want to say?
No, have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, share it with a friend because it'll be posted on YouTube. So, and thanks for your support.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. We will see you